Keon White is like a future superstar.
Yes.
In this league.
Yes.
I mean,
He's a freak. I thought he was going to do the heart. He went straight Illuminati, whatever that is. As a teammate, I always thought there was some things that I was like, I don't know.
The defense is going to be really good. You got so many young players.
Yeah. So we're back, another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, episode 135, and this is coming off the Patriots loss to the Seattle Seahawks.
Heartbreaking loss.
Heartbreaking loss. They should have had that game. That game's one of those that you want to have back. There's certain situations that come into play in that one. I thought after that long run down there in the fourth quarter, I think there was, 6 minutes left in the game. I thought they were going to be able to put the nail in the coffin on that one, but took a sack, backs you up.
Terrible sack.
That was bad sack. Got to get the ball out. But in that particular moment, they had run the ball. So I actually took a photo, and I'm just going to read you the stats from that exact photo. Because right when I took it, I was like, all right, this is it. So at that particular moment, the Patriots had the ball for 33 minutes, time of possession. Seattle was 25. They had 111 passing yards. Okay, that needs to come up. But they had 183 rushing yards.
Yeah, they finished the game with 185 rushing yards. I mean, how often do you lose a game
19 first downs.
You rush for 185 yards. You have no turnovers.
And they had 2 penalties.
Yeah.
So, you know what? You look at the targets, and who was the receiver that posted he was on the practice squad, but he posted the Bugatti.
Yeah, what's his name?
In a trailer park.
Why am I blanking on his name?
So with a G or something?
It's Rieger.
Jalen
Rieger. Yeah, he got cut. He posted it and then got cut.
Yeah, stupid.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be a wide receiver of the team with Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback. I mean,
no, we had a good time. I mean, we had the Super Bowl reunion, 10-year reunion. So in 2 years, I'll do another reunion. So it'll make me feel really old.
Oh, that's right. Your last one.
Yeah. So it was fun.
You enjoyed the duck boats?
The duck boat, it was silly because it couldn't go on the field. The duck boat, I feel like, because you have a bunch of ex-athletes that are in a stadium that are, wandering around everywhere. I think it's it's like children, right? You're trying to contain the children. Like, hey guys, let's get on the boat. Let's get on the boat. We're going to go right here. And then you have to get off and walk on the field. Because it was trying to get everybody round up and together. But yeah, it was cool. Pre-game, Papa Ninko was here, so Captain Insano flew in. He's in Kraft's. They got the trophy room. He's up in Kraft's trophy room, just straight
taking pictures,
photos of everything. So the Saturday night there was a party at the stadium. So there was a bunch of guys that came back. Malcolm was back. We had a good time. I had him up on the really high level of the tower, and I faked like I was going to push him. He was like, man.
He looked freaked out up there.
Man, did you see how hard he rang the bell? He was trying to break that bell because they said only 3 rings. And he was like, man, I'm going to ring the shit out of it. He was, I said, Malk, do the 3 rings. It's supposed to be 3. So he rang the shit out of it.
Bam.
He was trying to break, bing, and then he got up. I think he was going to do the heart. He went straight Illuminati, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. And he was flexing on him. He's ready to go. I said, man, suit up, Malk. Man.
Did you like riding the duck boat?
It was a quick trip. It was very quick. They couldn't go on the field I don't know. I guess the surface. They don't want to touch the surface.
They just had you guys walk out.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And then they're like, "Hey, you're gonna talk." I'm like, "I'm the only one that can talk."
You love it.
How about this? All right, so I'm talking, and they're like,
"Don't act like it."
They didn't give me the actual the rundown of what they wanted me to say. They're just like, "Hey, I go up there, ask Malcolm some questions," and that was all they gave me. So right before I go out, they're like, "Oh, and at the end, throw it to a video because we have some guys that aren't there." Julian with a lip in, No Tom, I don't think.
No,
Did we have Tom?
No.
No Tom.
Was Gronk there?
Gronkson was in Cali.
Wow.
They're doing the Fox thing.
Yeah, I thought they'd be there though for it.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
This guy giving me bunny ears. Come on, Malcolm.
Malcolm's a good time though.
Malcolm is the best. Me and him have a blast. He laughs so hard. He's like, "Man, you crazy, man. You crazy." No, but it was cool. It saw a bunch of old guys. See guys you haven't seen in a long time. But yeah, the duck boat thing, I get it. It was like but anyway, I go up there, start talking, talk about the team, and it took everybody and the coaching staff and the support staff, and we wouldn't be talking about the Malcolm play if it wasn't for Hightower and all that stuff. And then I was just joking around. Malk, happy to be back. He's like, yeah, happy to be back in the Foxborough. And then I said, well, I got to know why you got so emotional after I played. Because Salinga, like we were joking around, and he was like, yeah, I was laying on him, or I jumped on him, and he was crying because I'm so big. So before I was like, all right, Silver, like explain. And he walks up to the mic and he's like, he didn't say anything. He just didn't say anything. It was all right. It was funny. We laughed.
So back to the game part of it, though. You think there's a lot of reports starting to come out that there might be a riff between Mayo and the offensive unit as a whole.
A riff? What does a riff mean?
Like not agreeing with the direction of the offense.
I think I don't know if that's the case. You would think that right now the offense is running the ball really well.
It cannot throw the ball.
I think they need to mix in more play action pass.
Well, that's what I mean.
You
like
run
if
the
you're
ball,
running the ball well,
you run the ball well. You
using play action.
Pull it out and take a shot. You don't need to go over the top. It's more so intermediate stuff.
Yeah,
which I think they did. It felt like week one they did more than this past.
They're like one of the lowest teams using play action.
Really?
Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense because they're like the fifth best running team or fourth best running team or something like that. Actually, it might be the top running team now.
I think that's seems to always be an issue in any like offense defense, right? And you look at some teams that just have an offensive minded guy. It kind of makes it easier, right? Like if you're McVay, right, and you're the offensive guy and you're basically the coordinator and you're the head coach, well, that's and then if you're a defensive minded guy, which some coaches, like Tomlin, I think is defense.
Yeah.
You bring in somebody offensively, it's hard to go and say, hey, like I want it to run this way. Right, when you're running your defense and I think the defense is playing well. You probably gave up a little too many passing yards, but
what was that big blown coverage?
Yeah, which you don't ever want to let DK Metcalf. But at this point right now, I think if you were to ask anybody that after 2 weeks of football they would have gone on the road and beat Cincinnati, their offensive line is they actually are pushing people around up front. They're physical up front. Their defense, did their job against Cincinnati. Week 2, yes, they should. I think that's all winnable.
They should have won the game.
But I don't think anyone would say, "Oh yeah, they're going to start out and look the way they look." They're competitive. So now you look forward. To me, I look at the rest of the schedule. I mean, they're going to compete with all these teams. The 49ers don't look like anything scary right now. They're missing all these guys. They got, McCaffrey's out, Debo. Look at Miami. I don't even know who their quarterback is.
They signed Tyler Huntley.
I mean,
no, they're winnable games now.
Yeah, so now
that's why you got to
schedule,
strike and put Drake May in.
That's why you gotta
put Drake May in.
No.
Yes. Mayo said it himself on there that the offense has to be more explosive. It can't be explosive with Jacoby Brissett. It can't be. You know it can't be.
Protect.
But why can't they?
You know why I'm tired, guys? I'm sorry. Post Malone. I want to know what he's on. The dude is
lots of stuff.
His show was actually very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't start on fire though. Start on fire like with all the fire. He's got fireworks and fire all around him. You know,
no hairspray on.
He's got carpet. He's got no shoes on.
Yeah.
Dude's tatted everywhere. His whole head, his skull. He's got tattoos on his skull. He's got like a girl right here. I'm like, is that a thin spot? Or no, it's a tattoo under there. It's pretty nuts. But that was a great show. I had a good time at Fenway last night. That's why I yawned. Sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be tired.
So why can the offensive line run block so well but can't pass block at all?
Well, it's two different animals, man.
I know it's two different animals, but you got to assume that they're capable of pass blocking better than what they are.
Yeah, but it's hard.
Big Mike's been getting
It's
burned.
really hard. Pass blocking is harder than run blocking, especially in 2024 because you have all these guys now that they don't focus on run technique. They're just pass rushing because that's the only thing that's going to get them paid.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no defenders that are like, oh, if I stuff the run, I'm going to get $30 million a year. Speaking of $30 million a year, Keon White, did you see his interview after the game?
Yeah, it was perfect.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you want.
Yeah, it was perfect.
You got people, putting up Keon stats versus Judon stats. It's like, it's so silly.
I saw like a thing come up. It was like a sad face because Judon had half a sack. Yeah, it's like Keon White's got 4.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole comparison. You're comparing a 24-year-old kid that is on his rookie contract it's
getting better every single game
to a guy, that was very good that you had a limited amount of time with. You don't have limited time, and you're gonna have to pay a ton of money. So, but anyway, props to Keon on that interview. It was actually great.
Keon White is like a future superstar.
Yes,
in this league.
Yes, he's a freak. They wrote. I saw an article about what we talked about last week. Someone wrote something. I think it was Boston.com was saying because I said that they should pay him early.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you see a guy like that
before it's $35 million a year.
Yes. You see a guy like that. He's got all the physical tools, and then on top of it, you hear him talk, and you're like, "Well, shit, that's what we're looking for."
Well, the thing too,
exactly what we're.
Yeah,
that's
you
what
can
we're
sign the
for.
extension, and it's not like you're giving him money now either, right? You can. You're extending it.
I know.
He's current contract and extending it out. So, I think it'd be stupid not to. If he would sign. I'm not saying that he would sign it, though. I think he might want to wait till he becomes a free agent.
I'm sure he wouldn't. He's so young. You know, when you're young like that, you're like,
yeah,
shit, I'm going to keep balling.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's going to be in it. The defense is going to be really good. You got so many young players that are going to be.
Well, they had this highlight
high
of Gonzalez has been playing really well.
Yeah, he's just shutting down every
big-time
really wide receiver.
Yeah, he's really good.
I mean, and you're still doing it, too, with Hal Barmore there.
I know. So if you add that piece in there, you're getting more middle push.
Yeah, but now what does it do for Keon White?
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about?
What?
Losing Bent is a big,
it's a
big loss.
That's a big deal.
So I'm going to go back to, I think it was maybe 2013, 2012 or 2013. We lost Mayo week 6.
Same thing too, right? Torn pec.
Well, yeah, he tore his pec and he tore his quad back-to-back seasons. But the first year, I remember being like, oh, shit, that's bad. This isn't good. Because when you have the green dot, you have the guy that's making all the calls. And when I say making all the calls, like Mayo would say, he'd literally like this, bang, 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 bang. Tight left, Python right, Ringo, Lucky, Bandit left, Reed right, Book. All this stuff like, hey, bunch near, alert the flat route, Rob, Butch, in and out, all this stuff. Like, I'd look back, I'd be like, hey, what do we got? What do we got? And he'd be like, dut, 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 dut. And he'd go, and I'd say, okay. Me, on the other hand, They tried me with the green dot, and I was like, shut up. I can't hear. I'm trying to hear. And then I'd get the play, and I'd say, hey, we got base 3. And then Maddie would say something, and I'd say, what? And the guys would be like, what do you say? I'm like, I'm talking to Maddie. Can't hear me, though. You know? But I was not an inside linebacker. It takes a special guy. But anyway, when Mayo went down, that was the first year that Hightower went in. Like, he went in his spot. And I remember thinking, like, oh, man, hope this kid can do it. And he turned out to be Hightower, right? Yeah. The next year, unfortunately for Mayo, when he tore his quad or something, I think it was in Buffalo, week 6, same thing. High just went right in. It was like seamless. So now...
I think they gave it to Duggar.
Duggar?
Yeah, during the game.
Yeah, the dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, losing that guy inside, it's like, damn.
He's probably one of the best run stuffing linebackers you have,
really good.
Too. I mean, he's a great player. He's really underrated for what he does. Like, a lot of his stuff doesn't show up. He obviously has a lot of tackles, but he does a lot of the things that just don't show up on the stats.
Yeah.
It's a big loss to that defense.
So we're taping Thursday. It's Thursday. This will be out soon, but we got Pats, Jets. The Jets don't look great either. They lost their pass rusher, tore his Achilles.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers doesn't look too great.
Aaron Rodgers looks kind of skittish. That's just another game where I'm like,
imagine this: you win this game, and then you look back at this Seattle game. It could be 3-0.
They could easily be 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the Seattle game, weren't the last 3 possessions 3-and-outs?
Last 3?
I think so.
Last 3 possessions?
Yeah, because overtime was 3-and-out. The one before it was 3-and-out. I think it was the last 3. I mean, it's not good. It's not good.
Well, I think that at this point right now, we all have to have a little patience, which I talked about before, and it's so crazy, the perception.
Last 2 or 3-and-outs.
The perception of all these teams, right? So, Chicago, for example, okay? You have all those highlights of the quarterback making all these big, great plays, and everyone's like, oh, my God, my friends back home, we're going to the Super Bowl, we're going to the playoffs. The Bears are so bad, and the Bears play the Texans, and after the game, the quarterbacks come meet.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. It's always going to be great.
You say you can't be taking all those hits.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, he just said he was going to be great or something like that.
No. He said, hey, so they walked up. So the
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud walked up to Williams.
Yeah.
And said, hey, man, you got to stop taking all those hits. And he walked away. And he made a face, and everyone was going crazy.
Oh.
Because of the face. Did you see that?
No. I can see him doing it, though.
TJ, could you try and... Oh, right here. There it is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, watch him. Now, see his face?
Yeah.
See his face? He made it like...
What did he say, though? Oh, stop taking the hits.
Learn from those mistakes, and everything that you got, bro, is in you already, bro. You're going to be a hell of a player in this league. Yeah. All right, boy. Appreciate it. For sure.
He's like, get away from me.
Peasant.
Stop telling me what to do.
You may be a top 5 quarterback in the league, but I'm better than you. Give me
young generation.
He has the wrong attitude, though. He's going to get run out of Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's a really tough city.
Then you got Justin Fields winning games now.
You got look at freaking Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
That dude's doing that. He's balling right now.
Darnold's playing well.
Darnold. You got all these quarterbacks that are. I mean, even who's the little guy from Arizona?
Oh, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray always had it, though. He was.
Yeah, but he's
just.
You didn't know his. I mean, I guess because he did tear his ACL, right?
Yeah.
Like last year was
Patriots.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was 2 years ago, maybe.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it was like towards the end of the season, so
Yeah.
it was into last season.
I
just love the thing, though. I don't understand the people that are trying to compare Bryce Young to Drake May. Like, this is why you don't put Drake May in there. Bryce Young is the size of Kyler Murray without the arm and without the speed. Like, he's not any good.
I think the, and this is one of those cautionary tales. If you are a young player, if you're a guy like you're going to be a high draft pick and you go to one of those franchises, like Carolina is never, like, they're not going to be good with the way that they're built right now.
They don't have anybody.
Yeah, they have nothing.
Yeah.
So
they traded away
it's kind of unfair to him. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to go out and say he's the worst pick in the history of the NFL. I'm not doing it. Like, you look at ESPN. You look at ESPN.
He might be up there. Especially when
his second year with no offensive line.
But when you put in what they gave up for him.
Okay. Well, what you give up.
You gave up a number one wide receiver.
You gave up a lot. You gave up a lot. And I was very skeptical of his size when I saw him coming out. Yeah, right? Well,
that's what
Didn't he have like shoe lifts on and stuff?
But he's like the same size as Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray has a much stronger arm and is much faster.
He's also like Kyler Murray kind of looks.
Yeah. It's a little stronger.
Yeah. It's like,
I would just assume that, like, if you saw Bryce Young out like around town or whatever, you would never think NFL quarterback.
No. Well, I swear, when we were in Washington doing joint practices years ago, when I saw RG3, the first thing I thought of literally the first thing that came to my mind when I saw his legs, I was like, there ain't no way he's gonna make it a long career.
Yeah.
His calf and his ankle was like the size of my wrist. Yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Bryce Young's 5'10", 200 pounds.
Wow. Imagine if he was a quarterback in 2006. He would be dead. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would never make it.
He would be dead. It would be nuts.
He would never make it through college.
Well, that was like who was that one? White? Was it the Dolphins? I think he was a receiver, or he was a quarterback, and then they moved him to receiver. Devin White. I think it was Devin. Was it Devin White? But anyway, he was a guy similar in size.
How long ago?
Let's see. Is it Devin? No. I can't. I think he went to West Virginia. QB, Miami. Pat White.
Oh, Pat White, yeah.
Pat White.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So Pat White was 6 foot, like a $180.
Yep.
Pat White. Look up Pat White KO'd. This is bad. He was right on the sideline. I think it was versus the Steelers, and I think it was like a reverse. There it is. See you later.
He's going to run it.
Oh, no. They're coming to get him right away. Coming to get him.
Yeah.
That was it. They show that they got a slow-mo on this one.
He took a huge hit.
I don't think he played much after this.
No, he didn't.
But he was a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
I thought they moved him to receiver, but I guess not.
Speaking of Dolphins left-handed quarterbacks, what do you think's going to happen with Tua?
Oh, here we go, slow-mo. Who is this, Ryan Clark? King. Oh, temple shot. Oh, the DB's messed up too. Look at James Harrison. Watch the DB. Yeah, he did too. Look at him.
And helmet-to-helmet hits are just part
Where
of
am I at?
tackling a ball carrier.
Is it time for dinner?
So what do you think's going to happen with Tua?
I think he should retire.
What do you think he's going to do, though? I think he's going to play.
I think he's gonna. You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it. Our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
Well, that's the problem. That's the issue, right? Like, a doctor can't say.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't say
they're going to clear them.
You shouldn't play ever again because we're not going to clear you.
Yeah.
They don't have the medical.
No. He'll
They
get
don't know.
cleared.
They don't. It's not like a bone where it's like, hey, your arm is broken and it
there's no way to
didn't
measure
heal
it.
right and it's messed up and you're disfigured and you can't run, you can't throw ever again. It's hey, your eggs are scrambled.
Yeah.
We know they're gonna be scrambled.
I think those. You got $170 million.
I know. Why don't you just say you keep, you can't drive, you get dizzy, you can't pass a physical, you can't run.
But
I know
his
that's
contract's guaranteed though.
I know it's bad. Like if you want to play, if you don't, so like this is the tough part. This is the hard part. Football players are trained and it's ingrained in you to just keep going, to keep playing, to get up. You're okay. Brush it off. So it's sick. It's like a sickness. It's a sickness. It's an addiction. I mean, look at Tom. Tom kept playing because he couldn't give up that feeling. You know, these guys can't give up the feeling. You look at all these old quarterbacks, like Brett Favre at the end, like they just couldn't give it up.
Yeah,
Peyton Manning couldn't even throw.
I know, but like Tom Brady though, like didn't have, like that you pushed him and he had a concussion and would pass.
No,
out.
I know. I'm saying just
like that's the thing.
they don't. I'm not saying anything about the head contact stuff with that. I'm just saying.
No, I get that part.
They want to keep playing. Every player wants to keep playing because it's really addicting. It's addictive. Yeah. It's like a drug. You go out on the field.
How it's addicting though, that if you just get like barely touched,
he didn't get barely. I don't understand why he doesn't slide.
Yeah, I mean he didn't get barely touched, but it wasn't like it was a massive hit. And
if you look, well, I mean, that's a little bit why I retired. I wasn't getting frozen out there. I wasn't losing consciousness by any means, but there's like thresholds for contact. So if you look at an old boxer and early in their career, they could take a big punch.
Yeah, go punch drunk.
Yeah. And they could take it and they'd keep fighting and it didn't affect them. But then you see a boxer at the end of his career and he gets a jab and he's knocked out.
Yeah.
Look at Chuck Liddell. Like at the end of Chuck Liddell's career, he couldn't take a punch. He couldn't take anything. He would just get knocked out.
Yeah, but Tua is at that point though.
Tua is at the point where if he takes a little shot,
that's what I mean.
Getting knocked out.
So
that's a big warning sign. That's a hey, like.
But it's at the point though. If as a pass rush and somebody comes by and tries to swipe the ball and hits his head, he's probably going to go down, right?
I mean, I think it depends on the. I don't think that would be the case because it's like when you run full speed and you hit somebody, that's a lot of force that, when he put his head down, he kind of got hit on the top of the head. So it kind of like, it was the perfect like angle and the force and all that stuff. It's sad. I hate to see it because, you don't want to see anybody go out like that, but I worry about down the road. Like, remember, was it Austin Collie?
Yeah.
Remember he kept, when he was with the Colts, he literally, I think it was the Eagles.
He was with the Patriots too.
Yeah, he was with the Patriots. Very good.
Yeah.
And he made a couple big catches for us in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's just that he took
so many big shots and knockout shots where he was the fencing thing.
Yeah.
That it's scary. You don't know, for me, looking at, and this is just from the outside of, you got the money, you got your big contract.
You prove you can do it.
You're good. You're a really good quarterback in the NFL. Like maybe you didn't get to the accolades or the things that you wanted to get to, but you got a couple kids.
Yeah.
Like why would you put yourself in that position? You're going to get hit. You're going to hit your head again. So that's the thing.
Yeah. In
football, you are going to hit your head at some point. Even if you say, hey, I'm going to be smarter.
Yeah, I'm going to slide
There's certain instances where you're not thinking, oh, I better slide.
Yeah.
And it's 4th and 1. You're like, oh, that guy's trying to stop me. Oh, I'm trying to get there. I got to go. Yeah. I got to go for it. I mean, even look at Patrick Mahomes. Like people don't think, Patrick Mahomes was knocked out. Like he's been knocked out a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, the freaking guy's helmet exploded in the playoffs last
I
year.
know.
Put his head down, ran right into a DB, like blew up his helmet.
Yep.
So you can say be smarter, but in the instances of actually playing a live contact sport, your competitive juices are flowing. You're not able to say, hey, I know I got the first down. You're like, well, it's right there.
Yeah.
I got to get it.
Yeah.
And then bang, you get knocked out.
Yep,
So
and you're
it's not good. I hope he makes the best decision for himself, and he can only make that decision. Nobody else can make it for him. So you got to sit down. I would expect that he's not going to play the rest of the year, right?
He's on IR right now, so it's 4 games.
Yeah, so a month.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I saw it when it happened. I'm like, oh, he's out.
I know. I mean, it was he just went right out. I mean, it was
Yeah. And then he was
gone.
stiff, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Not good.
Speaking
Not
of that,
good.
so then you watch any of the new Aaron Hernandez show on FX?
I did, actually.
You did?
I watched it last night when I got home.
It's
I
sad.
think I fell asleep.
See, like what his dad, like what they portrayed his dad doing.
I've been very intrigued, and it's weird. You know, last night I was sitting.
I think it was a Post Malone show.
I did.
And then you watched the show after that?
Well, and I got into the house. I made myself a sandwich. Made myself a.
Did you make like a bologna and cheese sandwich?
No, I made an egg and cheese on toast, and the roof of my mouth is tore up. So, it's like I had 2 bowls of Captain Crunch. You ever have like too much Captain Crunch when you're a kid? I used to eat a whole box of Captain Crunch. Not a good idea. The roof of my mouth would.
So you got home from the concert.
Got home from the concert, made a sandwich, made an egg and cheese.
Crunch, just sitting there watching.
Just I put it on because I've read a couple of the books. I read his brother's book that he wrote. His brother wrote a book. I've read every book, which is kind of I'm interested because I knew him as a teammate.
Yeah.
I always thought there was some things that I was like, I don't know, like I wouldn't hang out with.
He was weird to be in the locker room around, right?
I wouldn't hang out with him. Like
Yeah.
I kind of knew.
Was everybody kind of afraid of him in the locker room, or not
No,
afraid,
I
but
wouldn't
just like
say
wanted
afraid.
to stay away
It
from
was
him?
more so. First of all, I was older, and at that point, I had kids and a wife.
Yeah.
So I'm not going out. And there was one time, the linebackers went out to dinner in Providence, and he was with a couple people in a club, and it was like a bar. I can't remember the name of the bar. And I don't know, like he was with a couple of, you could just tell. It's like, you didn't know him. I didn't know the guys he was with.
Yeah.
And they don't look like athletes. You could tell that, and you could tell right away, like, I don't think that's a crew that I would want to be associated with. And, you know, we walked by and, you know, just said what's up, and he just wasn't in the right, like, he wasn't even cheery. He was just like not even say hello or anything. Just, I'm like, yo, this shit's weird. I gotta get out. I gotta remove myself from this environment. And I never really went out. So that was one of the Thursdays. Sometimes we go out to linebacker dinner on a Thursday or Friday night. And we used to go to either, you know, the hibachi spots or someplace in Providence, go get dinner. And so when I watched the first episode, I think the only thing I remember is from the episode last night was his dad was like, I don't know, threw a plate across the kitchen. But I did read the book, and I guess his dad was pretty intense. Yeah. You know, but.
No, he was very intense with him.
Yeah.
Beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. So.
I mean, that's probably the reason why it's like, you know, he kind of got that way.
Yeah. It's sad. Sad all the way around, everybody involved.
But there's former players that said he was kind of, they just stayed away from him, like in the locker room and all that.
I used to be like benching or something, and he'd walk up, be like, man, that's a lot of weight. I'm like, yeah, that's why you can't block me, you know? And he would just laugh. And he's like, well, you can't cover me. Like, I know. But, no, I mean, and it's weird because I wonder if you were, because when you're young, when I was a rookie, I was with a group of the guys with the Saints, and we were downtown. We were in downtown New Orleans, and we had one guy that was just a tryout guy. I can't remember his name. I think he went to LSU or something, but he wasn't drafted. He was just there for rookie camp. So you don't really know anybody. And I was, we were out. We were in a Escalade, somebody's Escalade, and there was like a little scuffle, and he went to go grab a gun from next to the seat, and I was like sitting there. I'm like, what? Like, are you shitting me? Like, no, this ain't it. This is not it. So that's why I married Paige so quick. Not going out with any of these guys. I'm not getting involved in any of this stuff.
You still remember the day when
I think that guy eventually went to prison. I don't even
probably did.
He never even made like the first day, like they cut him after the one day.
Probably cut him after that. Once they found out about it.
Yeah, it was really bad.
You still remember the day when Hernandez got arrested?
I do. I was in my house.
You were in camp or something then, right?
I think it was right before camp.
Yeah.
Just right before camp. I was like, holy shit, this is insane. It was the weirdest time. And I think that's one thing that year we won a Super Bowl. A lot of people don't realize that one thing Bill was really, really good at was keeping everybody focused and keeping the outside distractions. Because if you think about it, that was a huge circus. I mean, we had helicopters all over the stadium. We had, satellites, trucks everywhere. People wanted to ask you about it. And I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. So it was a pretty wild time. You go into training camp, you go in the regular season, and one of your teammates is on trial. Yeah. For a insane, thing that he did. So then you see all the little things that were coming out like after the fact that nobody really knew, and you're like, oh my God.
Did it make sense though?
You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because at the time you see a lot of guys that come and especially football players, like they're tough guys, they act tough, they act like but you're like, yeah, okay, what are you gonna do? And on the football field is one thing, but to the shit that you read about, and especially now that this show is coming out. It's a show, right? It's not a movie.
Show.
It's a show.
Yeah.
So, but it's got to be really tough for the, victims' families, and they got all this stuff. His family to see all this stuff coming about, But
no, that's the tough thing.
The guy, I would say this though, as far as like his abilities, I don't think there was another receiver that had the skill sets.
He would have went down as probably one of the best receiving tight ends ever.
If he would have,
if he played,
now we're talking about head trauma, and then fast forward to like them finding out that he had stage 2 or 3. I think he had stage 3.
Yeah,
CTE, and the guy was 20 something years old. And he played 4 years, so it's like, okay, well, they can't say what causes it as far as genetics. Is it environmental?
Like Alzheimer's, you don't really know who gets
who
it.
affects who's it affect, who doesn't it affect. So I mean it's one of those things for Tua, like you got to think about the long term. It's not 5 years, it's what's the next 20 years look like for you.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to have $100 million sitting in the bank.
That's what I mean.
Like
you can be all done.
Yeah.
Like life could be good. All right. On a better note.
Yeah. Let's lighten this thing up a little bit.
Let's watch the 37U clips that DJ found.
All right.
It's 37U football.
Let's see.
It's basically adult football.
37U?
You got to put your ear in.
Let me put my ears in. Sorry, I'm twirling them. Let me put these in.
It's adult football.
All right. Where is this at? Is this local?
I think it's just like clips.
All right.
It's funny though.
37. And what about 40?
Well, it's basically the same thing.
Ninko, 40U.
I told y'all, 37U getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Y'all got to work Monday. Man, that quarterback done got fucked up, bro. Done picked the ball up. Now, look, I told y'all, Y'all cannot be calling off of work.
Oh.
Look, they both over there.
They're both
done
KO'd.
They both done for. They boss gonna ask, what the hell happened, man? We concussion, playing 37U. That's what's going down right here. I done told y'all. This shit is diabolical. Look at this block.
Oh.
Bro, look, that was a block from hell. This whole
no.
From hell.
So you can't.
Look, bro got hit right. I told y'all. I keep telling y'all got to go to work. Bro didn't even get hit that hard.
You can't do this. You can't do this. If you ain't a pro,
the young bucks, the young bulls will be out here balling like I rock
Quarterback
with.
looks a little big.
Bro, this is another block from hit. Boom from
Oh.
hell. That was crazy. Look at this, bro. Like you better get a hold of it. That's a young buck right there. You could see this. That's the kind of player that y'all need to lead this shit to. Lift it.
Oh my gosh.
37. You look. Bro
Lift
came
him.
Up look at his lineman. His lineman didn't stand a fucking chance.
Look
His
at the
lineman
guy.
didn't
Look
stand
at
a
his blocker.
motherfucking- Man, that's Louis Lastic from Remember the Titans and shit. Bro done caught the kick off.
Remember the Titans.
Boom! You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, hey, whoever.
Where are they playing this at?
It's just
Find his
everywhere.
act name. That's a young buck. I like him. Snoogin. Bro got the snoog, and then bro just came up and just took his
Oh,
head off,
my
bro. Like,
gosh.
get out of the game, bro. That's targeting. It's getting out of hand, man. I'm trying to
That's
tell y'all, it's getting out of hand,
targeting.
bro. Look, bro done came out.
Quarterback looks a little big, doesn't he?
Faster and shit. He done
Oh.
got his receiver toe up. Number 0, bro. I rocks with you. Look, he done got up and showed some sportsmanship. I rocks with him. Look, bro done came up and boom.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Went over there to the sideline. None of his teammates or coaches even care, bro. They not even cheering him on, bro. He over there maxed out, Max tweak. Matt Hasselbeck out here acting crazy in the 37U league.
Said
He over
Matt
here tripping, bro. He
Hasselbeck?
over here
Oh
running
my
motherfuckers over and
gosh.
shit. Matt Hasselbeck. Hey, look, he must be known for the boom. He must be known
Oh,
for doing
wow.
that, bro. Like, Foe ain't playing. Foe is not playing out there. Look at this. Look at this. Boom.
Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
shout out to all the 37U players, bro. Y'all
How would you do in 37U right now?
I would not do any of that because, Ninkovich is out here? Let's deplete him. Like, no thank you.
You should have a big target on your back.
Yeah, might as well just put a bullseye on myself. No.
That is crazy though. Like
They're doing that for fun?
Yeah, it's a
They're
fun thing.
not getting paid.
That's why he's saying, like, you got to go to work the next day.
No.
You get knocked out.
It's no. That's a big no for me.
It's 2-hand touch at that point.
It's badminton. It's like let's
Pickleball.
do something very non-contact. Softball, men's softball, bowling. I do bowling.
Full contact.
What, softball?
Yeah.
I know.
You
I
see the
did-
guys like that shoot it up the middle and everything at the pitcher?
Yeah. Dude, I've seen a bunch of injuries at softball.
Oh, yeah.
You got dudes tearing their Achilles. We had a guy shatter his finger. Like the ball hit him right in the top of the finger
Oh.
on his
it.
throwing hand.
Yeah.
He went like this and the ball jumped and hit him here. It shattered his knuckle. He came back the next year. He's like, yeah, I had surgery on it. Things all mangled.
It's not there anymore.
No, he shows it to me. He's like, yeah, it's not so bad. I'm like, yeah, it's not bad at all. Jeez. Knuckle ain't never going to move.
Just still missing the finger.
Still playing? Yeah, I'm good. I feel good. Dude, the worst part, we got a guy that wears a knee brace that helps his knee line alignment so it doesn't
Stay connected.
doesn't go bone on bone. And every single time he hits the ball, it's an out. It doesn't matter where the ball's at. It could be in the outfield. They get him before he gets to first. It's come on, man.
It's like peg leg over there.
Yeah. No, it's pretty intense. So what's your Red Sox takeaway right now?
They got to spend some money and get some players to the team. I mean, they got to.
That was the issue to start with.
Players. Yeah, they just ran out of gas. I mean, they had some injuries, and then not spending any money on your starting rotation it's kind of a death blow in baseball. I mean, what they did with what they went out and spent and built is really good. To do what they've done, to be in playoff contention in September and all that. Alex Cora did a great job with them. The good thing is you got a ton of young, talented players that you have a lot of them locked up. Like they did the stuff you're talking about with Keon White.
Yeah.
Like Brien Bayo, they signed to a 6-year, $60 million contract. So $10 million a year for a pitcher. It's cheap. He's young. He's starting to show it now. Cedeno Rafaela did the same exact thing. So they're doing some of those right things. And then the farm system, you have some unbelievable talent coming up from there. So you'll have a good team. They got to go out and spend money on pitching. They got to spend money.
Like the Pats. They got to spend money too.
Yeah, it's weird. The only team in Boston that's spending any money wins the championship.
That's true.
And now they're selling the team because the dad's upset that they're not going to make any money next year.
Is Bezos going to sell? Is he going to buy it?
I hope so. I mean, you get somebody that will spend money, probably, right?
He's got like oil money. It's just going to continue to get bigger
That's
and
what I
bigger.
mean. So, like, you want somebody that's going to go out and spend money. Like, that's what you want as a fan of a team, right? Like,
Yeah.
you want your team to be in the top of payroll, and a team like the Boston Red Sox, who was, it's them and the Yankees are the two most storied franchises in baseball. They really should be
Well, look at
number
the
one,
Yankees.
number two in spending.
The Yankees,
The
they
Yankees are
spend
always
the hell out of the money.
Yeah.
They spend money like crazy.
Red Sox used to, and they had that big run where they were winning World
Yeah.
Series every so often, always in contention. They just got to get back to. You need to be cautious with it enough. Like, you can't go out and just start writing checks or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But there is a smart way of doing it. They do have a lot of young, talented kids that are not making a ton of money. So now you can offset that with getting some players to spend some money on and put together a talented team. Then that way, hopefully they will. I mean, John Henry hasn't done anything in a few years now, so
They got to do something. He's bringing in Post Malone.
kind of like the
Bring
Patriots.
paychecks.
Well,
The Pats, I mean, so
we got Taylor
This
Swift
is-
money coming into that place. Taylor Swift's there.
did you happen to see Bill talk about the Pats on the coaches?
Yeah, it seems kind of like a little bitter about it. It seems like.
I think after tonight, he's gonna, because like week one, he said nothing about
Yeah.
the Pats week one.
He talked about it on his. He talked about the Seattle game on his podcast.
Yeah, the podcast, and he said it was like mismanaged stuff
was-
at the end, and
basically he said poor
basically
coaching.
poor. Yeah, basically. So,
Yeah.
I don't think that for the perception, like like week one, he should have been like, congratulations, right?
Yeah, he's bitter about it.
Like, congratulations, or talk about the win. Everybody was talking about it. Every single platform was talking about it. And then I saw like the discussion when he was on, I think I can't remember the show, but he was just like, yeah, he compared it to like the Pittsburgh. He's like, yeah, it was like Pittsburgh. Didn't go into
Yeah.
detail or nothing.
A
So
little bitter.
this, like, tonight will be a big
Yeah, to see what he,
one.
what
Yeah,
he goes
because
because
it's
he
the
hates
Jets.
the Jets.
Yeah. So if the Jets win,
Yeah, and he's all excited about the Jets winning. Then
Right?
you're like, whoa.
so, well, I don't know. We'll see. It's just
You also don't know how it
what
all
the
ended,
heck?
though. Like, how did it really end and all that
Yeah.
stuff? Like, where did it, what came about of it?
So-
It's obviously going to come out at some point here soon, right? It's going to. I mean, always
so
does.
the guy's working crazy amounts.
Making crazy amount of money.
I'd be in Nantucket just having a cran and vodka.
So, I mean, he's coming back next year to coach, right?
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to coach.
He kind of made fun of Arthur Blank a little bit, too, on Monday Night Football.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Talked-
because he was
talked about
celebrating
how-
the win.
He looked
did
over
see
the
that.
third quarter of the game,
I
of the
did
Super Bowl,
see
and he
that.
saw him on the sidelines, and
Yeah.
he said, Jesus Christ.
He was, I think, inside the NFL. He was breaking down a field goal attempt. Maybe it was the Colts. And he showed how he was going to ice the kicker, and then you can't call. Well,
Yeah,
they
it was
put
Vrabel.
yeah. Then Vrabel put in was called
fake
timeout,
timeout.
fake timeout, and then after the fact,
Yeah, they
they
changed
put in the rule.
like 3 days later.
and then Ryan Clark was like, not to be too critical, but do you seem to want to, like, balance the line of legality and then put a new rule in?
Yeah.
So I didn't see the response. The clip cut out. but
Yeah, but that is the
that's the rule. If it's not in there, it's the rule.
Yeah.
That's why you
It was
put in a
smart
rule.
to
It's
explain
smart.
it.
It's smart. It's just like
because
the,
he talked about, though, I think it was in training camp or something like that it came up and they talked about it.
yeah. Well, it's
Well, they
smart.
worked on it. They worked on it in training
I
camp.
told
that if
Steven
somebody was going to call a
Gostkowski-
fake timeout,
If I was going against Steven, I would say I would do the timeout, and then like as he's getting ready, I'd say, Steven, you look a little fat, and he'd miss. Steven would always be like, how do I look in this white jersey? I'm like, you look like me. We look a little junky. He'd be like, shut up. It's not nice. Steve was back too. Good dude. He has such a Steven Gostkowski has such a not, I guess, a mentality of like, I didn't do anything. I'm like, dude, you're the best kicker. You were like the best kicker in a 10-year span for a long time.
Yeah.
For the best team ever, and you lead this whole.
He'll eventually go to the Hall of Fame.
I think so.
He'd
Yeah.
have to, right?
So you lead this whole franchise in points. He's the points leader for the franchise. And he's like, yeah, I didn't do much. I sucked. I'm like, no, you didn't. You did not suck. You're really good.
Yeah.
You're the best. Like the best kicker.
Yeah.
But that's just Steve's personality. He doesn't,
He's got to be way up there in points scored, right?
Just look it up. I think he leads the Patriots. I don't know what he is all time, but he's way up there. Steven Gostkowski, total points.
4 Pro Bowls and 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
In 15 seasons.
Played 15 years. He's got to be up there.
He's the leading scorer in Patriots history.
Yeah. Yep. So 219 games. I wonder what his percentage was.
It's right there. Field goals made versus field goals attempted.
So he was 392 for 454.
86%.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Go back to the top for a second. I think it said something up there. See in the top there? Hall of Fame all 2010s team.
Oh, okay.
3-time Super Bowl champ, 4-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro.
All 2010 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be in there, right? I mean, not right away, but I think eventually.
I would assume. He's just very humble. He's just like, yeah, I was okay. I'm like, dude, you had a cannon.
He was automatic.
Yeah, he was really good.
Up until the end, he was automatic.
Well, that's because he had no hip bone.
Yeah.
The guy had hip surgery, and then now his knee shot too.
No, he was good. I mean, because he came in right.
And think about this: all you freaking spoiled ass Patriot fans, you had Vinatieri,
Yeah, no,
and then you went to Gostkowski.
Yeah.
So you had
2 of the best all time.
how many freaking years is
Isn't
that?
Vinatieri's-
When was Vinatieri first? If he was here
The 90s.
in the 90s, you went from the 90s to like 2019. Are you kidding me? Like, you freaking kidding me? You had 16 years of 2 number 50s on the edge, setting the edge, making tackles, making plays.
Winovich wasn't here that long, was he?
No, it's me and Vrabel. Come on, get out of here. Don't be getting smacked on live TV. Freaking smack your ass, too.
Can't say that.
Oh, I'll smack you, Dave.
Ninkovich threatens again.
Daniel.
All right, want to do picks now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pull it up.
Let's do it.
I think TJ has it up. We'll wait for this game.
I was
to the
kind of
end.
surprised. I mean, we'll go first because it's Thursday night. I'm picking the Pats.
We're gonna go that one first.
I'm doing that one first. Pats are gonna win.
Yeah.
They're gonna run the ball. Jets have the worst run stopping defense in the league.
I just don't want to pick the Jets, so I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
picking the Pats.
I think it's like the same team as Seattle, isn't it? Like they're not overpowering. They're not
Yeah.
phenomenal. I mean, I don't understand all the people saying that they were going to be like Super Bowl favorites and all that stuff before the season.
No.
I don't get it.
I could tell you that from watching Rodgers run around in preseason. He didn't even move.
Yeah, it's Patriots. Hopefully that we get a Drake May sighting at some point.
What a terrible game.
Giants at Browns.
Who's the Giants? Danny Pennies.
Jones. Danny Pennies.
I'm going Browns.
I'm going Browns too.
Jeez.
Danny Penny's not very good.
Saints.
This is a good game. Eagles at Saints.
Saints and Eagles.
a
I'm
good
going to
game.
go Saints because it's at
Yeah,
home.
I'm going Saints too. Saints look really good.
They do look good.
The Eagles don't look as good as
No.
as that. Texans at the Vikings.
Did the Vikings win?
I think so.
Didn't the Vikings beat
Vikings beat the 49ers.
yeah.
They're 2-0.
I'm going Vikings.
I am going to go with the Texans.
Okay, there's my up. I'm up there. Broncos at Buccaneers. I'm going Bucks.
I'll also go Bucks. Baker Mayfield.
The
Oof.
Broncos don't look
Oof.
good.
Baker Mayfield looked good. Packers
Bo
at
Nix.
the Titans. Ugh.
Packers at Titans. I'm going Packers.
Ew. I'm going to go Packers, too. Did you see the Titans coach up down the sidelines screaming, like, what the fuck are you doing to Will Levis?
Yeah. That coach needs to throw a helmet on and go out there and do it himself.
Well, do you see what Will Levis did, though?
I know. He's just trying to make a play.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you're young.
Bears at the Colts. Your hometown Bears versus the Colts. I'm also going
Bears
Colts.
are not good.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is like Swiss cheese.
Chargers at the Steelers.
We'll go Chargers.
I'll go Steelers on that one.
Okay.
At home.
I'm up 2.
Dolphins at the Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks.
I'm also going Seahawks because it's going to be, I don't know who the quarterback is.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't even a game.
Panthers at the Raiders.
I'm going Raiders, man.
What do you do if Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, comes out and throws for like 300 yards?
Is he starting?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they benched Bryce Young.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it was just all this shit talk was because he was so bad. I didn't know they actually
It was
benched him.
bad, yeah. The
Andy
Red Rifle's
Dalton's
in there.
still freaking stealing cash.
You
Man.
played for him, huh? You played with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Have you sacked Andy
against
Dalton?
them, yes. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm going to go Raiders, too, Panthers.
Raiders.
Yeah. 49ers at the Rams.
I'm going to go Rams.
I'm going with 49ers.
Okay.
Lions at the Cardinals.
I'm going to go.
Ooh.
Oh, my neck just cracked.
Cardinals? You going Cardinals?
I'm going to go. I'm going Cardinals.
I'm going Lions.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, boy, I'm way ahead now. Ravens at the Cowboys. Both underperforming teams. See, Kyle Van Noy came back last weekend and had like 2 sacks, 3
Did he have
tackles
2
for loss.
sacks?
Yeah.
Nice.
With the broken face, the broken orbital bone.
Well, it's not. You can't fix it. It's just there. It's a crack. It's probably a small crack. He's tough. He's a football player. I'm going to go Cowboys.
I'll go Ravens.
Okay.
Chiefs at the Falcons.
I'm going to go Chiefs. Did the Falcons just won? Right?
Yeah, I'm going to go Falcons. I'm going to go the upset there. Upset alert, Falcons.
Okay. I'll go Chiefs.
Jaguars at the Bills.
Bills. Bills are
I'll
playing.
also go Bills. I
Yeah.
think the Jaguars aren't very good. I can't believe they paid Trevor Lawrence all that money. They renamed, I guess last week they named the stadium. It was like, it's supposed to be like Everbank Park or whatever, and they called it Trevor
Bank?
Yeah. Or whatever it is.
Stupid. He hasn't even proved himself
Yeah.
yet.
Commanders at the Bengals.
I'm going to go with the.
That's a Monday night game?
Oh, it's
Ew.
Yeah. Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. That's
Yeah.
a terrible Monday
Terrible
night game.
game. Terrible. Pats don't even have a Monday game, right?
No.
No game. No.
These are like
Monday
their
games.
national games Thursday night.
Um.
So, with the Patriots, do you see? I know we talked about it, where Mayo is saying they need to be more explosive. Do you think there is a lot in Mayo's mind that Drake May should be starting? It's not totally his decision. Can we agree on that?
I think that if you are a football coach with a 3rd overall pick and he's sitting right there and you know he's got the ability to get out of certain situations with his legs, you are eager to see if he can go out there and get it done. But you got to make sure you don't put him out there too soon. Because if you do and just something happens and it doesn't go well, it's your decision. I mean, think back when Bill benched freaking Bledsoe. Like if that backfired on him, his career would have not been what it is.
Well, he had it easy.
And it worked out.
He had it easy at first, right? Because he was hurt.
Yeah, I'm
So,
saying that was an easy way to do
Yeah.
it, but like to make that decision in the backside
To make
of
the
it,
decision for the playoffs.
yeah,
was
like
the tough
that's
thing.
pretty crazy.
And then to make the decision, people forget he had the second decision though, because in the AFC Championship,
He
Brady
came
got
back,
hurt.
yeah, and then
Bledsoe
he
came in
played,
and won that game,
and then he went back
and then Brady
to Tom.
came back to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
So, I know you have to see what you got, but I kind of like right now that we all can see that this team is going to be a physical, mentally tough team. Yes, they lost last week by 3. They should have won that football game. But they looked. I mean, they're in it. You know, like they're a tough football team. So
They'll be in every game this year.
they're
I don't
going to
think
be
they'll
in every
blown
game,
out.
which is great. Now, I mean, I don't think Jacoby will be able to take the amount of hits that he's taken. I mean, he's being licked. I mean,
Well,
that
'cause
one where
he's
he's
a
running.
statue, though.
Yes, he is. But I'm saying, what if, if you have Drake back there and he's getting, guys coming at him from all different directions and he's, the play breaks down and he's just backyard footballing it. Like, is that developing him? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that developing him in the offense where you got guys free running at him and he's got
But the thing is, though, you have a bunch of free running open wide receivers. So if he's able to see the field better than Jacoby, which I think he actually can see the field better than Jacoby, right? There's a lot more quicker throws. I mean, Jacoby also has physical limitations, too, that Drake May doesn't have.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
Yeah.
You can do your offense can be completely different, right? With Drake May versus Jacoby Brissett. You can run a whole different offense.
I like
More zone blocking, stuff like that.
I like the plan that they have been that's in place.
What's the plan though?
The plan is you go with Jacoby, you let Drake sit behind Jacoby, get a feel for like the system. He's taken 30% of the snaps in practice, the starting team reps.
Right.
It's a lot. So what does that tell you?
Gonna be starting soon.
He's gonna be on the field eventually this year. So let's be patient. Let's see how this thing develops.
Well, it could be out of their
what do
hands,
they got?
too.
Miami
Next, I think.
Maybe that's the game. I don't know.
Is it Miami or the 49ers next?
I think October 6th or 5th. Is that Miami?
They play 49ers next and then Miami on the
Okay.
6th. Which, if you think about it now, right, you're always looking at it going, well, maybe, we'll get them into like an easier game. That Miami game becomes a really easy game, doesn't it? Now without Tua. But even the 49ers game is a lot more winnable now.
Yeah.
Without Debo, without Christian McCaffrey. All that. I mean, it's a much more winnable game where before you were kind of just writing them off going, they ain't going to win this game.
Yeah. No,
I just can't believe tonight. You know what the line on tonight's game is?
6.
Fucking insane. That's a big number to put on it.
I'm not a gambler, but I think about putting some money on the
Oh,
Pats.
boy.
Yeah.
Could go,
1,000 to cover.
yeah, just take the Patriots plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said they're going to win. You go with money line and make a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. Money line.
Yeah.
You go money line. How's that Cybertruck? You got the new Cybertruck outside.
It's just, yeah.
You
It's different with the 4-wheel, electronic steering. It's freaking like you move the wheel and the whole car.
Does it drive itself and everything?
Yeah.
Or not
Got
yet.
autopilot? No, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Does that have is that autonomous, is that better than like the GM autonomous?
Yeah.
It's better?
Yeah.
So you can like take a nap?
As long as you're on like the mapped out roads and stuff. They have a lot more mapped roads.
Do you see those guys that
but it has
I'm not-
camera on you to like make sure you're looking.
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
I think somebody tried to do that in the back seat and it did not work out for him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, somebody died.
Yes.
and somebody got arrested.
Yes,
and,
yeah.
all that stuff.
They're taking a nap and so
It's a
see
big
you
truck
later.
though. It's a lot bigger than you think it would be.
I put mine right. I backed my 350 up to it right there.
yeah,
I got
it's pretty big.
Dude, I had somebody come and pump my septic tank today, and I had to dig the hole.
Why?
I don't know. He gave me the shovel. I was like,
Why?
it's like
What, to get to your septic?
no, to get to the cover. He's like, he hit the thing. He goes, yep, it's right there. And he gave me the shovel, and I dug it out. And I'm like, who does that? I got dirt under my nails right now.
He just handed you the shovel?
He handed me the shovel.
What, you didn't say anything? You just
I
started
was
digging?
just like, he's an older guy. I'm like, all right, I guess I don't want this guy to have a heart attack on me. So
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I didn't either.
Have you had the septic pump there before?
No, it's the first time.
What about in Foxborough?
I never. I mean, I had someone come and do it, but I didn't dig the hole up. You know.
What
it's the
would
same-
happen if you weren't there and Paige was there?
I think maybe they would have dug it and just charged me more, right?
I don't know.
But so I think the company sold to a different company, and the company before they dug it, and then I called the same company, and then I dug the hole up. They had to dig 3 holes too. It was like, oh, that's not the cap. Well, that's not the cap. And then we found it. The whole yard is all tore up.
Oh, you had to like dig holes everywhere?
Well, 3. Dug 3 little, like, 18-inch round.
All over the Ninko,
Yeah.
the Ninko lawn?
I was like, what the heck? Where can we find this thing? But then we found it on the 3rd hole, so it's all right. But it was only like 6 inches down. But it was all right. But I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll dig this up.
Did they tell you that up front? Like you had to
No,
dig?
I thought it was 100 and something to dig the hole and then 300 to pump. I don't know. But dude, when they open that
I
thing up,
Googled it. AI says, no, you do not need to dig yourself to have your septic pumped. A professional with septic tank services can help with the process, which involves digging up the septic tank to access the compartment for drainage and cleanings. Put you together.
it put me to work. Dude, I did not. They opened the lid up and there were like little black bugs in there, like that
Yeah, we
flew
think so
out.
there.
It's disgusting. How do they get in there?
To the ground.
Oh, disgusting.
You know, you have like bacteria and stuff in there. Like eat the.
Ugh, I could not do that. That's a shitty job. That's
Would
like
you-
one of them.
How'd it
was
smell?
It wasn't that. I mean, I was trying to be
Away from it?
away from it. So I was, when he started ripping all the shit out, I went inside. Like, yuck. I wouldn't want to do that job. Imagine I have to go
dirty
in
job.
there. You have to go in there.
Then I get like.
You have to go and
could pay
fix
enough?
something in there. Hell no, I'm not going in there. No way. You need an oxygen tank to go in there. You'd freaking die.
I think
It's methane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you just put like a respirator on. Go
Yeah,
in.
the guy was telling me, he's like, yeah, last week I had to go to this old folks home and I had to get like a chisel to get through the shit. I was like, oof. It's like mummified, nasty.
Get a chisel.
Yeah, it's like I was banging on the top to try and get through the shit. I'm like, that is gross.
Did he ask you to come out to help
He said
him next time?
4 hours. It took me 4
You come
hours.
with me and dig for me,
No.
Rob?
No, where's that all go? Where do they dump that?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right,
Probably in the river.
All right. Well, let's go check out this Cybertruck. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Can we go look at it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's go see
All right.
it.
Well, we'll see you guys next week. Check us
Yeah.
out on Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram,
Let's go.
Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whole 9 yards.
Go
We'll see you guys
Pats.
next week.
I'm going.
Come on,
get
Drake
some-
May.
That's what?
Drake May. We need
Drake
Drake May
May?
in there. Drake May.
That's just. Can you relax?
Drake May.
Patience.
Drake May.
Patience. All right. See you
May
guys.
10.
Have a good week.
The septic.